Welcome back. We hope that you've been enjoying our book series so far. We have lots more to come, so here we go.
My name is Jeanna and I work in the Music and Arts Department here at First United Methodist Church. This season of the year presents so many beautiful legends and stories about the objects we love at Christmas time and the saints and the animals of Christmas, and where some of the most beloved legends come from. And the book I'm going to be reading is entitled The Legend of the Poinsettia, and it's told by Tomie dePaola, the poinsettia, which has become really synonymous with Christmas and all of the wonderful symbols that we love at this time of year. Lucinda lived in a small village high up in the mountains of Mexico with her mamacita and her papa and her younger brother and sister Paco and Lupe. Papa worked in the fields with their burro Pepito. Every evening Lucinda fed Pepito, gave him fresh water, and filled his stall with clean, fresh straw. At home, Lucinda helped Mama in their casita, their little house. They cleaned the home and they patted out tortillas for their meals. Lucinda took care of Paco and Lupe, and each evening everyone went to the shrine of the Virgin of Guadalupe near the front gate to see if fresh candles were needed. But every day was not work. On Sundays, the families went to Mass at San Gabriel. It was in the square where Padre Alvarez said Mass and welcomed everyone. And all through the year there were fiestas and holy days, which always began with a procession that wound through the village and ended back at the church of San Gabriel. One day, close to Christmas, La Navidad, Padre Alvarez came to their casita. "Ah, Señor Martinez, buenos dias, good day. I'm here to ask you about something. I'm here to ask you about the blanket which covers the figure of the baby Jesus in the Christmas procession. We've used the same blanket for so many years that it's worn out. Because I know your weaving is so fine, I've come to ask you, would you make us a new one?" "Ah, mi padre," Lucinda's mother said. "I would be honored. And Lucinda, you will help me, yes?" On Saturday, Lucinda and Mama went to the market to buy wool for the blanket. They chose the finest yarn they could find. At home, Lucinda helped Mama dye the wool the colors of the rainbow. "Those colors will shine throughout the church," Papa said as he watched Lucinda and Mama string the yarn on the loom. As Christmas drew closer and closer, everyone in the village was very busy. All the mamas were making gifts to place in the manger of the baby Jesus in the church. And the papas worked together putting up the manger scene in the church of San Gabriel. Lucinda and the other children went to the church for singing practice for the Christmas Eve procession, when everybody would walk to San Gabriel carrying candles and singing. Once inside, Padre Alvarez would lay the figure of the baby Jesus in the manger, and the villagers would go up and place their gifts around the little one. "Our gift will be the blanket for the baby Jesus," Lucinda told her friends, "and I'm helping Mama to weave it." One afternoon, a few days before Christmas Eve, Lucinda and the children were singing in the church when Señor Gomez came hurrying in. Lucinda, you must come home. Your Mama is very sick, and your Papa has taken her down to the town to see the doctor. You must care for your brother and sister until your Papa returns tonight." Lucinda was very frightened because Mama had never been sick before. When she got home, Paco and Lupe were crying. They were frightened too. Lucinda tried to comfort them. She made food and she sat down to wait for Papa. That evening, Papa came in looking very tired and very worried. He drew Lucinda close to him and said, "Lucinda, mi niña, your mama is very ill. And your aunt, Tia Carmen, will take care of Mama until she is well, but I have to go back and stay with Mama until I can bring her home. But that won't be till after Christmas. Senora Gomez is coming to take care of you and Paco and Lupe while I'm gone. She will come for you tomorrow." The next afternoon, Lucinda overheard two women talking. "Well, Lucinda's mama is ill. She won't be able to finish the blanket for the procession. Isn't that a shame?" "Sí," said the other woman. "Sí, we're also disappointed. Padre Alvarez will have to make do with the old worn one." When Lucinda went home to feed Pepito, the donkey, and to get clothes for Paco, Lupe, and herself, she looked at the unfinished blanket on the loom. "Well, perhaps I can finish it," she thought. But when she sat down and tried to weave, the yarn got so tangled, and the more she tried to untangle it, the worse it got. It was no use. She could not finish it by herself. She took the unfinished blanket to Senora Gomez. "Oh, please help me, please." "Well, Lucinda, it's so tangled. There isn't time for me to fix it," Senora Gomez told her. "Tomorrow is Christmas Eve." Lucinda started to weep. She knew it was her fault the blanket was ruined. Her family wouldn't have a gift to place at the manger of the baby Jesus. "Don't worry, Lucinda, we'll all go to the procession together." Lucinda didn't say anything, but in her heart, she felt she had ruined Christmas for everyone. "Come, Paco. Come, Lupe. It's time to go to the procession," Senora Gomez called on Christmas Eve to all the children. But where is Lucinda? She's nowhere to be found. Lucinda was hiding. From the shadows, Lucinda watched everyone gather for the procession. The candles were lit, the singing began, and the villagers walked to San Gabriel carrying gifts to place at the manger. Lucinda walked along in darkness and watched the procession go into the church, followed by Padre Alvarez carrying the baby Jesus. "Little girl, are you Lucinda?" An old woman stood in the shadows nearby. "Si, madame, si," Lucinda answered, wondering who she was. "Well, I have a message for you. Your mama is going to be fine, and your papa is going to bring her home very soon, so you don't have to worry. Go now into the church and celebrate Christmas with the others. Paco and Lupe are waiting for you." I can't go. I don't have a gift for the baby Jesus," Lucinda told the old woman. "Mama and I were weaving a beautiful blanket, but I couldn't finish it. I did try, and I only tangled it all the worse." "Ah, Lucinda, any gift is beautiful because it is given. Whatever you give," said the old woman, "the baby Jesus will love because it comes from you. The gift comes from your heart." "But what can I give now?" Lucinda said, looking around. A patch of tall green weeds grew in a tangle nearby, and Lucinda rushed over and picked up armfuls of the weeds. "Do you think these will be all right?" Lucinda said as she turned to ask the old woman. But the woman was gone. Lucinda walked into the church. It was blazing with candles, thousands of candles, and the children were singing, and they were making a beautiful sound as she walked quietly down the aisle with a bundle of green weeds in her arms. "Well, "What is Lucinda carrying?" a woman whispered. "Why is she bringing weeds into a church?" another one said. Lucinda reached the manger scene, and she placed the green weeds around the stable. She lowered her head, prayed, and made the sign of the cross. A hush fell over the church. Voices began to whisper, "Look! Look at the weeds!" Lucinda opened her eyes and looked up, and she saw each weed was tipped with a flaming red star. The manger glowed and shimmered as lit by 100 candles. When everybody went outside after the Mass, all the clumps of the tall green weeds throughout the town were shining with red stars. Lucinda's simple gift had indeed become beautiful. And do you know, and every Christmas day, to this very day, the red stars shine on top of the green branches in Mexico. The people call the plants La Flor de Nochebuena, the flower of the Holy Night, the poinsettia. This Christmas plant, which we call poinsettia, found its way into our own Christmas traditions, and nothing seems to say Merry Christmas better than a beautiful red and green poinsettia.